Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pivy Does It All. Today I'm going to be talking about where I've been and where I'm going. And I just miss you guys, okay? That's honestly really all this is I miss you guys and I wanted to say hey to you and talk to you and be with you tonight. So, um, yeah, so I am sitting in my craft room and looking around at all these unfinished crafts that I have. Hey, Shira. Hey, Froggy. Hey, hey, Daniel. Hey, all of you. Thank you so much for being a part. I missed you too, Froggy. I missed you too, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, I missed you too. Um, yeah, it's been a really challenging couple of weeks, and I needed some time to just get through it all. And I'm not totally sure I'm through it all. I'm just having a good day. Um, hey, thank you for coming in, and I really appreciate it. Uh, so yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me and then really get to you guys because I miss you guys so much. And um, I'm really happy to be back online and on the YouTube. Sorry, I'm trying to get my um vape out. Uh, I'm so happy to see you guys. I'm so happy. And it makes me so happy that you guys are here, even though I've been gone like it's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been. Um, my voice is softer because it is lower and it is more gravelly because my testosterone shot. Um, so you guys get to see me in full macho man. um, you know, whatever. Uh, so the craziest thing happened today. So I had, oh, you're so sweet, Daniel. Um, the craziest thing happened today. So today I went in for neuropsychological testing. And so what that means is um, basically I've been having a lot of problems with my memory and I've always had problems with my memory. Never can remember shit, basically. And um, they wanted to kind of see what uh, aspect of my memory was um, functioning lower than the rest of them. Um, a side note, I'm wearing my David Rose Icon Schitt's Creek sweater. Um, but I I have always had problems with my memory. I've never been great at recalling short-term information. And even though literally my job is to recall short-term information, I've never been good at it. And um, so I went in for testing to see if there was anything diagnosably wrong with me. Turns out nothing. I am perfect up in the brain. As far as they can see, I look how curly and like long my hair has been getting. Um, but they couldn't find anything. So, uh, which I guess is a good and bad thing because, you know, it means there's nothing to be fixed. Oh my gosh, Daniel, I have been binge watching Tom Daly videos, and I am obsessed with him. He is so hot, and he is so cute with his husband, Lance, and he's so hot. Oh my God. And his little Speedo, oh my God, it does nothing to cover any part of his body. But anywho, so so I had that testing done today, and I had it done at yeah, it's good that it's not that nothing is wrong. I agree. But it is nice to know if something is wrong, if they can fix it. So, what are you gonna do? I keep moving my hair the wrong way from when I put my little gel in it or whatever. It's getting to that point where it's like, what do you do with it? Like, what do you? It's just like a curly, wavy mess. Boy hair. What are you gonna do? I'm drinking wine. Um, I have my new little vape because I lost my other one. And part of the reason why I got all the testing done is because I forget everything and I lose everything and I just the dress is becoming a reality. Oh my God, I finally watched Cruella. I finally watched Cruella. It is good, but you're right. But well, both of us are right that her so it's weird, like Emma Stone did this like different accent for Estella and Cruella. And Cruella, it's just like it's just too much. Oh my gosh, I want to see you in drag so badly. I can't. Okay, you don't touch it until it gets past the awkward phase, because if you cut it, you will just keep torturing yourself. My brother suffered many, many months of mushroom head. Yeah, I don't get mushroom head. Well, I keep my sides short, so that's why I don't get mushroom head. Um, but I keep my sides short, as you can kind of see here. But I'm trying to let the long at the top grow long and the park runway one. Oh my God, do the park runway one. Do the park runway one. That's essential, Cruella. Don't go red. Park runway. There you go. You're welcome. Hey, Kenny. Um, so yeah, so I let me see. What have I been up to? I feel like it's been an entire millennia since I've talked to you guys, but let me try to recall. I like the red one, but I don't think there's anything about the red one that is essentially Cruella. Whereas, unless you had like the fire and the Um, I think the runway one is very iconic and just easier to identify, which I think is an important aspect of it. Um, Plus, if I'm recalling the neckline of it, I don't think you would have to like have like a like up to here neckline thingy to cover any chest hair. So that's just me. I don't know. Do what you want. Both are gorgeous. Um, I really love so spoilers ahead. We're gonna be talking about the movie Cruella, and um you can't stop it. So it's gonna happen. So I think my favorite dress in the movie is the one she made out of bug carcasses. Um, get both made. Yes. Yes. Get both made. Oh, that would be fierce. And then go to an amateur drag night. Do the red look first. Have your wig. Be fierce. Get your dollars. And then next number, full park runway outfit. And then get your money after that. I think that would be perfect. I would love that. I would literally die. um, so yes. So that's my advice is to do both. But my favorite outfit of the movie actually was the one with the bug cocoons that was very shapely and like hip had the big like hips um to it. And so I personally would do that dress. So I'll do that dress. You do your dress. We'll meet somewhere. I don't know where. And we'll both be Cruella and um we'll both be fierce. Yeah, I just watched it like 4 days ago. So you know what the weirdest thing is? Oh, you're doing a great job, Kenneth. Um, so you know what the weirdest thing is? And this is like a complete side note, like total like 180 from what we're talking about otherwise. But it's weird to go from being a lesbian with bisexual tendencies to a bi man. So thinking about where I fall in the LGBTQ plus community, it's a completely different place than where I was before. And why I brought it up mostly is because of the wine, but secondarily is because it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Um, where sexuality and gender identity have really nothing to do with each other. And we have this big, broad umbrella of LGBTQ plus. Oh, that's so sweet, Daniel. I appreciate that. Well, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. um, that's all I have to say about that. And but just thinking about where I fit in the community, the broader community, and it is such an interesting thing to think about because I don't know. I never like officially fit in one subsection, and now I still don't fit in one, but it's kind of the same. I don't know, as another as it was before. So the reason why I bring that up is because it's been something I've been thinking about a lot. And oh, thanks. I agree. And like thing is when other people talk to me about it, I'm like, yeah, you don't have to be in it um um category, you don't have to be in blah blah blah, whatever. You don't have to be in a box, right? And for some reason with myself, I haven't been able to be as forgiving and as flexible and as um, whatever, you know. So thank you guys for understanding that it's not really a big deal, whatever I land on. Um, it's it's kind of like if you've ever played any game with like a spinning dial, um, and you flick the spinner and the spinner lands right in between two things. And you're like, oh, I just wish it could land on one thing to tell me what to do. That's kind of what it's like. It's like I wish I had more clearly defined rules for what I was and what I should do. And maybe that's not coming. Maybe that's a, hopeful wish that I have. But um, it seems like things would be so much easier if that dial would just land on something clearly. And so that's why I've been like, it seemed clear before and it seems less clear now. And that's why I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. Um, so that's why I bring it up. Yes, I am a human. Last time I checked, but maybe I'm not. No, I am human. Um, but like part of me, it's weird. Like part of me feels like alien. That's weird. That's not like a normal as in more than 50% of the population feels that, right? Like, so let me just tell you guys about what has been going on with me, because I'm just rambling and I'm talking out my ass. And I'm not talking out my ass, but I am talking about a lot of things that have been rolling around my brain case for a while. And you guys don't need all that. But basically, what has been going on for the past several weeks is that I have been severely depressed. Maybe the most depressed I've ever been. And it's not about gender identity or sexual identity or anything like that. I just feel numb and hopeless and literally all the things you feel when you're depressed. I feel like I don't have any hope. And I've been trying to dig myself out of this hole. And you haven't seen it, or maybe you've messaged me on Facebook and you've seen a little bit, but these feelings have been these feelings have been so consuming, and I haven't been able to get off the couch. I barely can get out of bed. If I get out of bed, it's to go to the couch, which isn't much better. It's not like it's like a marathon from the couch, from the bed to the couch. So I have been doing that for weeks. And I didn't have any intent to hurt myself or hurt anyone else or anything like that. And I appreciate that so many of you are there and just there to listen. And, you know, I don't have really anything to talk about. It's just mentally where I'm at. So, like, the chemicals in my brain are just like, you're sad. You're going to live with this. And I've just been living with that. And that's okay. And as someone who is bipolar, I have to be really careful to not swing the pendulum the other way and to go manic. So I've been living with this as a coping mechanism for not being manic, because to me personally, being manic. You can make me laugh. Go for it. Um, I would rather be depressed 100 times more than I would rather be manic because it's exhausting and it's debilitating and it's consuming and it's just like your whole life becomes whatever the spotlight is on. And I don't want that. That's how I got a room full of yarn. I I hate to hear that. Um, my manic always seems to come at the precisely right time to just um so I've been kind of caught in between these worlds, right? And I've been thinking, okay, my best bet is to just like stay depressed, stay down, and that will work for me. But today, going through all this testing, realizing that there's nothing diagnosably wrong with me, um, kind of made me realize that I can't fear one over the other, one of these extremes over the other, and that I've got to get help for what I'm experiencing, regardless of when or where the pendulum swings. And um, so I drink. Yeah. Today's just made me realize that I can't be scared of what could happen. I just have to treat what is happening. And that has made me feel really positive, feel really in control for the first time in weeks. Um, and I get to take a tea shot tonight, which is awesome because I love taking my tea shots. I know I'm probably the only person in the not the only person in the world, but like I know I'm probably the only person who really likes taking shots. Um, because I stick a 25 gauge needle into my leg and inject testosterone into myself. But I love it. It makes me feel like more myself. And um, it's made me want to go back to my psychiatrist and be like, okay, well, let's handle this depression, get this out of the way, and let me be a productive member of society again. Because at the she loves getting shots. Oh, I wish she didn't have to, but I'm glad she likes it. at the very least. Um, you know, I have not crocheted in weeks, and I haven't knit in weeks, and it's really weird because I'm surrounded by yarn. Like that is full of yarn. This white this white thing right here, full of yarn. And then there's yarn behind me right there, and there's yarn right there, and there's like so much yarn everywhere. And there's literally yarn all in front of me. Um, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, well, she is brave and she's a champ. Um, I'm not quite as excited as her, but I am close to it. Close to it. Um, yeah, I just, yeah, I have a 25 gauge needle and I just like plop it into my leg and um, inject it. It takes a while to inject because it's an oil based um, serum. So it is thicker because it's kind of like a slow release, extended release thing. Like knitting crochet when you're ready. Don't force it on yourself. You'll get there on your own time. Thank you. I felt really bad because like I really want to crochet. Like I want to have the passion and like the what's this? The heart, the love of crocheting again. I miss it. I just every time I pick up a crochet needle or crochet hook, I pick it up and I'm like, ugh, get it away from me. Yeah, so I don't even know what crochet hooks are called anymore. Nope, this way. I'm trying to look at myself in like the viewfinder and go back the way that I styled my hair to be. I'm trying to look like David Rose from Schitt's Creek. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. You guys are just amazing. And I am so thankful that you guys are hanging out with me, spending time with me, spending your valuable time with me. It means the world to me. And the fact that I'm not sitting here crocheting and or knitting means even more because then it means you're gonna make yourself look like Moira. Ah! Oh my god! Did you see my David Rose shirt? Oh my gosh, you'll be Moira and I'll be David. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, we should get like the whole Rose gang together. I love that. A little bit of Alexis. You should definitely do Moira. Like Alexis is cute. Moira is iconic. So I think you should do Moira. I think you should do Moira at the Crows premiere with her like nude feathered gown. But really, any look she does is iconic. So do whatever you want. It's all good. Okay, so we need an Alexis. We need a Johnny. We need a Patrick. Because I need someone to make out with. So I guess that's going to be my wife. And my wife will be Patrick. And you guys know how Mel looks, so that's why I'm laughing. Um, Laughing at her being Patrick. And I feel like we need a Ray. I don't know. I I'm obsessed with Schitt's Creek. I rewatch Schitt's Creek on the regular. I've probably seen the show a good 30 to 40 times. So I know everything about Schitt's Creek. I'm a little bit obsessed. I'm sorry. It's so good. It's such a good show. For those of you, David and Patrick are just like, oh my God, they're so cute. I pretty much rewatch from like them meeting to them getting married. Sorry, spoiler alert. I rewatch that chunk of time over and over and over again because if there's anything I love more than Melanie in this world, it's a homosexual couple storyline. I love it. We just finished Shameless, and um, Ian and Mickey are another couple that I'm like, so I can't help it. Yes, Moira is your spirit person. I could totally see that. I could totally see that. She's hilarious. I love the way she just like pronounces things and like the words that she uses. I love Moira. I know so Mel and I have had this conversation many a time where we try to figure out which like two people we are. And I'm like a cross between David and Stevie, and Mel is a cross between Moira and Johnny. I was watching a behind the scenes, like the last season thing that they have on Netflix. And um, they were talking about all of the like designer wear that Moira actually wears and like how it's like actually designer. It's not just like, knockoffs and things like that. Um, and how like fashion was as much of a part of the storyline as the story was. And I thought that was really interesting because like I can't think of another show that I've watched where that has been like the basis of a character. And so when they created Moira, oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. You're teaching me all these things about Schitt's Creek. It's okay, Jenny. You can rewatch. You cannot rewatch. We're just gonna be hanging out here. Um, I will try to be on more. I'm gonna really try. I'm gonna try to like get myself out of this bad mood and have a smiley face for you guys to see more often. So homework comes first. Don't ever question that. She agreed on one episode and that was it. Oh my god. I so in the documentary that I watched about the final season, they were saying so Eugene Levy was saying that Catherine O'Hara had to be Moira, and they didn't say anything about that, but they were talking about other things about Moira that are iconic, like her vocabulary, um, like just her, I guess it's diction, the way she talks, the way she, like her accent is kind of unidentifiable, and um, all of that came from Catherine. But she really turned it out. She's fantastic. Really, everybody did such a good job on that. Um, yeah, I love how they. One of the things I love so much about the show is how they describe pansexuality. Um, because David in the show is pansexual, and he describes it like with wine, and he's like, I like red wine, but I like white wine. And I've been known to sample the occasional rosé. And one time I dated a Chardonnay that used to be, or a Merlot that used to be a Chardonnay, and things got a little complicated. And like just the way that he described like sexuality and just like how things go in a way that was so like unassuming and just like easy. Like people think that sexuality is difficult, but sexuality can be really easy if you just describe it as like, yeah, it's just what I like. And he eventually said like I like the wine, not the label, and how important that was. Like Melanie, my wife, is pansexual, and to hear that and to hear her represented was so important because for her, it's about the person, you know? And I just really love that. And they went to the whole cast went to a pride parade, and they went wearing shirts that said, I'm in love with the wine and not the label. And it just was this like big thing, and it's just so important to have people um, on our side, and I'm saying our side as all of us, um, just showing that like who who gives, it's really cool. So, and side note, and this is for you, Froggy. This is for other people too, but this is for you, Froggy. I still have my little pink phallus near me. just so you know. It's always right there on my desk. Yeah, we should all, I mean, when I talk to my wife, I always say, "You're the future." Like, you're done past all of this, and you're the future, and the rest of us are just catching up, because I really think that's what it should and could be if we just let go all of these preconceived notions. But what do I know? I'm just a person on the internet. This tastes so good. Sorry, I just got new juice for my vape, so I'm like, it's called Blunderbuss Ice, and it is like a mentholy um, watermelon strawberry. What's not to love? So yeah, I yeah, I love Schitt's Creek. I love Shameless. Shameless, I love for a different reason than Schitt's Creek. Shameless, I love because it shows the dirty side, the dirty reality of what sometimes is living in America. And I, but I love any same-sex storylines. I can't help but love them. I can't help it. I just love them. Um, and let's see, what other movies and shows have I watched recently? Thank you guys for listening to me, by the way. I know this might be a little boring, but sorry. Um, would it be less boring if I sported a beret? No. Yeah. This is from David Browning of Bearded Yarn Dudes. He is fantastic. And look at that. Look at that. Isn't that not beautiful? What can I do? He's just amazing. So I've watched American Ultra, which I've seen before, but I forgot pretty much the entire plot of. Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart. Both of their awkwardness somehow cancels out. Don't know how that happens, but it works, and it's it's such a fun movie. Um, I've watched Angels and Demons, which is a Dan Brown book. I've also watched Inferno, which is a Dan Brown book. I was on like a real Dan Brown book, Dan Brown kick, we'll say, because I watched Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and then I watched Inferno. Um, and Inferno was my least favorite, but maybe that's because I haven't read it. I don't know, but it seemed to have the least historical backing, which I liked about Dan Brown's previous books. So, I watched that. trying to figure out other things that I have watched. I can tell you. Because I've watched a lot of TV and a lot of movies. Um, so yeah, I can't quite. Um, ooh, watched Hot Fuzz, which I love. So for those of you who don't know, there is a trilogy called the Cornetto trilogy, which is Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and World's End. They all have Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in there. And they're directed by Edgar Wright. And they are, Hot Fuzz is so good. Hot Fuzz is so good. Hey, Susan, welcome in. And she likes the brain. It flatters your face very well. Thank you very much. I didn't make it. Bearded Yarn Dude, David Browning made it. So if you like this beret, please follow David Browning. He's amazing. He is really good at what he does. And I'm sure this took him like 30 seconds to make. So I did. So in the past couple weeks, I did get a chance to hang out with David Browning and Granny D. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of a like secondary celebrity compared to them, and that's cool. Uh, and we went to a Mexican restaurant, and I vlogged a little bit. I have the vlog on my phone, so eventually, once I get my things together, I will release that footage to the world. Um, Heads up, we're talking about Tom Daley being a hottie, and I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all we talk about, if I'm not mistaken. We're just like, we were at dinner, and like David was familiar with Tom, and I was familiar with Tom, and Granny D was not. So I'm just like on like Granny D and I are sitting on the side of the table, and we are just looking at pictures of Tom Daley, and most of them are in the Speedo. It helps. And like never mind that he has like the cutest marriage, and yeah, I can only handle people in small doses as well right now. But it was nice. Tom is mine. No, you can't have him. He's married. And you're married. And I'm married. Fuck, no one can have him. This sucks. Way to point that one out, Daniel. Tom is a hottie. You don't even live in the same country. So don't give me that. You're from the same country, but you don't live in the same country. Yeah, give me a few glasses of wine and see how sassy I am. I can still look though. I know, right? I mean, it's not illegal to look. Yeah, this is my view of Tom Daley. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. It's a, it's a double take. But his husband's hot too. Like, it's crazy. Not as hot, in my opinion, my professional opinion, but they're both very hot, and they have a beautiful son together. Like, oh my god. You don't get to claim Tom Daly. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. So yeah, I have vlog footage of that whole interaction on my camera, sitting there waiting. So yeah, I say I haven't been very active, but I guess like all in all, um I've been fairly active for the state that I've been in. And I've been really lucky to have the people in my life pull me out of those states. And I want to thank you all. And I want to thank every one of you who sent me a message on Facebook or anything. Just, I want to thank you for keeping up with me, because that has meant a lot to me. A lot. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, thank you. Thank you very much. You still can't have Tom Daly. So, let me talk to you guys about my testosterone journey thus far. So, thus far, I have been taking it every 2 weeks. I've been taking half a I can and will one day. Okay, keep dreaming, whatever. So I've been taking half a milligram once every 2 weeks. And my doctor says I'm good to start taking 0.25 milligrams once every week. So today will be the first day that I I get to take 0.25 milligrams, and I'm really excited because it will mean that because my symptoms have kind of gone like this, as the testosterone wears off, I start to have a higher voice again. I start to, you know, whatever, have um normal girl things. And so, like, whatever that means. So, my doctor, because I'm tolerating this dose really well, like really, really well, like I'm not experiencing really any negative side effects, which I'm really happy about, um, has allowed me to take it weekly, and just half the dose weekly. And that's really exciting as well. Um, because I really have all this has helped me realize that I have no fear of needles. Like, no fear of needles, which is really great because it's allowed me to take my dose more frequently. It's allowed me to take a dose via injectable rather than auto injectable. Now, auto injectables are great for a lot of reasons. They're great for people who are scared of needles, but typically they have a thicker diameter in their needle and they stay in the skin longer. So you have to be like really like aware of what you're doing. Um, and I don't have to do that. I can just do a syringe, like normal syringe full of solution, and I can go ahead and do that. I have many piercings in my nose. I have piercings in my ears. So all of these are gauge 16 and up. Um, so with needles, the higher the number, the thinner the needle. So I'm piercing myself with a 25 gauge needle, which means that it's much thinner than what I have been pierced with previously. So I just like poke it in my leg. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's whatever. And I can go ahead and give myself my injection that way. Um, my wife actually has fear of needles. So when she helps me get like the prep and everything ready, she's like, "What can I do?" And I'm just like, "Look away, look away." And that's the best thing you can do because I'm gonna jam this into my leg, and um, you probably don't want to see this. So yeah. Um, yeah, so that has, and also, I, I guess, thirdly, um, I was raised by a dentist. My mom is a dentist, for those of you who don't know. And so needles never really have been scary to me because before I injected myself, I had been injected by my mom for the most part. And um, so she made it more comforting just by her being my mom. And I really have not developed a fear of needles at all. So it all works out really well. So I inject the same leg every time. I guess I could switch legs if I really wanted to, but I don't. I'm thinking about getting a bullseye tattooed on my left thigh. Um, but let me know if you think that's a good idea or bad idea. I'm open to suggestions. But because there's such a limited window in which I can inject myself, I was thinking about just getting it tattooed on as a bullseye because I thought it was funny. Um, but it's cool if it's not. I don't care. I don't really care. This beret is fucking cute, right? Okay, so now we have 8 people in the room, which is wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today. or tonight, this evening. We have 8 people. I want everyone to tell me something secretive or interesting about themselves. I'll wait. I promise I won't laugh. I promise I won't judge. Literally, no judgment because you guys know everything that goes on in my life. Everything. It's kind of scary. I'm boring. I don't have anything. How about you're about to be Cruella in drag, up in drag? I think that's pretty interesting. Side note, the Tom Daly videos that I've been watching have made me want to work out and get like an 8-pack. So, like, just imagine me, 1, skinny, 2, with an 8-pack. Anita, darling. No sight. Dinner or the chat for me. Oh, you guys are so cute. You birthday twins. Oh, I'm like, you know how you like ship people where you're like, oh my gosh, I want this person to hook up with this person or whatever. Well, like, I like friendship ship you guys so hard. Watch your press. So I already have half that image. Oh, I don't know what image. Watch your past videos. What you need together right now. Oh, oh, I appreciate that. Froggy's the best. You are all the best. Oh, stop. God, this is so tasty. Oh, you said imagine me skinny with an 8-pack. Yeah, I was skinny back then. I was just very, I wouldn't say very girly. I would just say that person was not quite acquainted with themselves. But I was skinny. I was skinny. Damn you, time. Getting old sucks. Let's see, do I have any more wearables? I don't really make things for myself. I remember back when I was skinny, I was 13. Yeah, I was like probably 16 or 17 when you saw those videos. So, um, I won't judge. This is a really floppy beret, but it's rainbow, which makes it better. Not better than not not better than David's, because David's is awesome and well made. I'm from North Dakota. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. I've heard the Dakotas are very beautiful. Raspberry beret. I had another Prince song stuck in my head. What was it? Um, it wasn't Purple Rain. Ooh, I don't remember. This looks so much better on me. I just can't help but wear it. Oh, Granny D got me a present. I'll have to show you guys one of my lives. Granny D got me a really sweet present that I never displayed for you guys to see. There's a lot of things that I haven't been keeping you guys up on. Let me see. Is there anything else? My cat threw up today. That's not really interesting or fun. Um, I slept like 30 hours to be able to be up and like going for this live. So that should show how pitiful I've been. Because it's pretty much been like I sleep for um like 18 hours and then I'm up until like 5 a.m. and then I go to sleep again and then I do it all again over and over and over again. So let's see. I'm just looking around and I've got comic books. So this is something you guys might not know. So I've got comic books lining like this this wall and this wall along with my yarn. Of course, yarn's got to take priority, but I have a lot of comic books and I've been yeah, but I just like even when I was awake I was staring at walls, so I don't know. I don't know if it's lucky, um but I have some comic books that I'd like to read, which I think would be um, healthy for me to read. Um, one of the things that has suffered in my times of depression has been reading comprehension. So, especially like, so if you read comic books, if you've read comic books, you know this. If you haven't, let me give you a little lesson. So, comic books aren't necessarily like you read them left to right, up to down. That's how you go. Comic books can be like you read like all over the place and try to like put together all these different things. So it's been really challenging for me to pick up a comic book and read it because the words are all over the place, and I'm like, blah. So, um, so maybe it would be positive for me to read a comic book or two. I can see a few that I've been wanting to read for a very long time and haven't been able to read. Um, Especially in my experience, DC Comics, which I tend to be a fan of, they tend to like to start you in a place of like, what is going on? Uh, uh. And then gradually you start to figure out what's going on, and then you get it. So all my comic books are DC, and so I have those which I can read. Um, I hope it helps you guys that I'm describing the sounds in which my brain's making, the that kind of thing. Because that's what it is. And also, side note, Daniel, your husband is Ash is adorable. Side note. Just there you go. Hey, Michelle. Hi. Thank you for messaging me while I've been downtrodden and poopy diapered. It's been hard. I'll read your messages soon, I promise. But one of the things that is webtoons instead of actual comic books, words and images can be distracting, but reading on a screen limits what you can see per frame. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely try that. I need to start crocheting again, and I will once the right project comes into my hands. That's what I'm thinking, because I was trying to do the bot along, and I was trying the cabled sweater, and I just didn't have the passion, the motivation, all of that to just like go. And I have some other projects that I am experiencing the same feeling with. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're so sweet. You all are so sweet. I'm so lucky. I really want to finish this monstrosity eventually. This is a poncho style capelet kimono thing. The pattern's by Fiber Spider. It's just using the granny pattern, or granny stitch, and in theory shouldn't be that difficult. Just getting all the yarn to cooperate is my dilemma. So I hear someone trying to come in. Unfortunately, I need to be at work at 5:30 a.m. Get some sleep. Love you and see you all tomorrow. Good night. I hope you get some sleep and oh, love you, Froggy. Love you both. You guys are great. No one's coming in. I thought someone was coming in. No one's coming in. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do some makeup soon. That's easy. What do you guys think? Makeup? Also, I can kind of see why people think I look like a girl. Mm. Do you guys want to see makeup or do you guys want to see bye-byes? I don't know. Or do you guys want to see something else? Or do you guys want me to continue talking? Because I'll continue talking all you want about anything. I have lots of opinions. Most of them nobody would care about. My wife doesn't even care about them. So. No love, no nothing. This is honestly the first day in a long time that I've gotten dressed that I have gotten cleansed, that I've gotten just ready to go out into the world. So I'm kind of like, I'll do anything. I don't care. But I also understand it's in the middle of the week for a lot of people, and not everyone has the luxury of not working tomorrow, because I know that is a real thing. So let me know what you guys would like. Let's see, what makeup could I do? Well, it is about to be fall, or is fall, not quite sure between the two. So I could do like a pumpkin spice inspired look. but it's a little late for that. Maybe I will try to make my next video fall inspired, and we can reconvene then. Does that sound good to everyone? Okay, great. Well, I will let you guys go. It was wonderful seeing you guys and talking to you. I've missed you so much, so much. And I am really thankful for each and every one of you. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you on the next one.